Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie Bree. This is Horror Trans. I am a transgender woman, female, she, her. And whether or not I have a pussy is none of your business. I got tits, but you can't see them. So that's to all the douchebags. Anyways, today I'm talking about horror icon Corey Feldman. Who is Corey Feldman? He's a horror legend. Now he's primarily known as a child actor from the 80s. Now, he did a lot of shit in the 80s, not all of it horror. However, he's got a couple of distinct notable horror films to his credit, which makes him rise above pretty much the rest of the crop. First of all, he's in Gremlins. He's the little boy in Gremlins. Fan-fucking-tastic movie. Great performance by this little kid. I love that movie to death. And Corey Feldman is an important part of that movie. He absolutely is. Subsequently, or similarly, he was also in The Lost Boys, which is also a fantastic horror um, iconic movie. It's a staple of the 80s. It's a staple of the vampire franchise, genre, subgenre, whatever you want to call it. You know, and he is fucking awesome. Just dope as shit in that movie. So in Gremlins, he's more or less a beeline character, but he's like in the A plot of, you know, uh, he's one of the stars of the Lost Boys. So he's important to the movie. Now, even if that was all he'd done, he would be a horror icon. But the man's a legend for his Friday the 13th appearances. Now, he is one of the biggest characters, one of the main characters, and the final boy, the, protagonist of Friday the 13th, Part 4, the final chapter. The final chapter. I know, whatever. How many times do horror movies say, this is the last one, and then they make 7 more? They all do it. They all fucking do it. Dollar bills, that's all it is. That's the only reason why movies exist, is to make money. You know, indie filmmakers like me who do things just for fun don't get any money from our work. And yes, I have made films. You can't find them because they're unlisted, and I don't republish them. But I did make some films when I was in college, student films, but whatever. Yes, I studied film in college. So Corey Feldman is notable. One, he is the one that outsmarts Jason in the final chapter, which is fucking awesome. And technically, he's the one that kills Jason. So, spoilers, I guess. Oops, if you haven't seen that movie, which I've already reviewed it, so I assume you've already watched my review. So I've already spoiled it. So uh, but apologize to those who haven't seen that review. Just go back and watch that review, or just watch the movie, or rewatch it. It's a fun movie. I've already given it a good review. Um, Corey Feldman is awesome in this movie, especially the part where he's peeping Tom on the girl across the street, and he is just getting a hard on for her tits because she's just flashing him for no fucking reason. And he's just fucking loving it. And he just goes wild. He's like, oh my God, what are those? I think I like those. Thumbs up, dude. Who doesn't like tits? Awesome. I think we all do. um, Great fucking performance. Legendary appearance in that movie. He outsmarts Jason by mimicking child Jason and kills Jason in a brutal fuck you to Jason fashion, which is fucking awesome and cemented him as a horror icon in that scene, that entire sequence. Now, he makes incidental flashback appearances in the next movie, which we can sweep under the rug and push it aside, not just because that movie's rubbish, but also because it was a dream, so it doesn't really count. But he has dabbled in low budget direct to video streaming made for TV horror movies throughout his career, while also trying to extend himself into legitimate cinema. I use air quotes because, horror is legitimate cinema. But he's tried to, be taken seriously, and everyone's like, "Yeah, dude, you're the dope smoking kid from, the Lost Boys. We get it. So we're not going to take you seriously." Now, there's one more horror movie he did, actually, almost 20 years ago at this point. Holy crap! Which I don't know if it was direct to streaming or not, but because I don't know if streaming existed when it was made. It might have been direct to video. I don't know, but it looks direct to video, and I saw it on Netflix, so I'm gonna assume it was probably direct to video or direct to stream. Oh, let's look it up. I got the page right here. So the movie is called Splatter. It came out in 2009. It was created for Netflix. Okay, so it was direct to streaming. Okay, I thought so because it looked like it was made for Netflix. And 2009 is still relatively early in the Netflix mythos, so kudos to him. However, that movie fucking sucks. Don't watch it. I'm not even gonna review it. It's garbage. I'm not gonna rewatch it. I've already done forgot it. That was sort of his, hey, remember me? I used to make horror movies, haha. Sorry, dude, you missed the mark with that one. But he's done some other stuff throughout the years. Now, as a horror icon, I could only talk about his horror appearances because that would be relevant to this video series. However, I'm not going to just say this guy's a fucking god among men without talking about the goddamn Goonies. Because even though the Goonies is not a horror movie and I will not review it on this channel, I fucking love the Goonies. The Goonies is a triple A, 5-star, blockbuster, mega hit, perfect fucking movie. A staple of my childhood. It is legendary. It is the goddamn shit. And Corey Feldman fucking owns in that movie. So if you really want to see Corey Feldman at his best, you obviously need to see the Goonies. Now, it's got pirates, it's got mafiosos? I don't know. And it's got some scares. It's a little kid scary movie, but I'm not going to stretch it and try to say it's a horror movie because it ain't. It's a Steven Spielberg movie through and through. I know, Jaws, Poltergeist, Jurassic Park, those are kind of mostly horror movies. Spielberg has dipped his toe in the horror waters, but that's all he's done. He's dipped his toe in. He's never gone whole hog. You know, Poltergeist was mostly horror, but Steven Spielberg didn't direct that one. That was Tobe Hooper, who is a horror legend of his own, which we'll talk about someday. But anyways, Corey Feldman, horror icon. He's the man child we all wanted to be when we were kids. Stay cool.